Hello, welcome back. My name is Holly-Beth and this is my little channel where I get to talk about my knitting and all my different projects and just a little journal really. Today I would like to cast on a project that I want to make. It's actually a kid's garment. It is this pattern here, Anna's Summer Cardigan by PetiteKnit. I am going to be making it in the 3 to 4 size. This is going to be for my niece. Yeah, I really want to make it. I really want to make it for her birthday. Her birthday is this month, but I am currently not in England. I am in Norway visiting my fiance and his family, so I'm not gonna be there, which is really sad, but I'm very grateful that I got the opportunity to come out here. Either way, I want to make this for her, and yeah, I think they'll like it. It'll be cute. She's turning 2, but she's quite tall, so my thought is that if I play safe and go for the 3 to 4 years, she's got a bit of growing room. She can roll the sleeves up, or parents can roll the sleeves up. I'm going to be knitting this in a yarn that I picked up in December. I'm going to be knitting it in the sirdar snuggly cashmere merino. I have no idea if I say this right. I have always heard it as sirdar, but I also heard people say sirdar, and I don't know which one it is. Either way, right now that's not what I'm stressing about. It's a really nice yellow colour. The colour is 472. I thought back then that I would make something for her. I picked up 4. I did go back and pick up another one recently because I could see that we had the same dye lots, but then when I actually came to pick it up, I picked up the wrong dye lot. So I really hope I don't need that 5th ball. According to the pattern, I only need 4 balls of yarn of duo from Sanders Garn, but this is not duo from Sanders Garn. I think it's duo. It is duo. I'm using this snuggly. I want to get started on this, and I thought I would bring you along, as I have been doing with a lot of my projects as of late. So I hope that's okay, and I hope you'll want to join me. And I'm gonna cast on this cardigan that I thought deserved its own video because of who it's going to, because I adore my niece with everything I have, so I thought it could be nice to bring you along for the process. Let's go. So I have just done this much so far. There's like a separate section you have to follow to make sure it's like matching on each section. So on this section it says work 6 stitches, or 3 and then 6 before you do the first lace. Then the other side didn't match, so I could have had space to put a lace here, but that didn't seem to fit, but it didn't mention that. And now I'm stuck because I've done those rows where they have everything written out. Obviously I'm not going to show the pattern, but now I'm supposed to be working from the chart, and the lace starts exactly at the edge of the chart. But in the pictures, there's like a whole section before the lace chart starts to the edge of the cardigan, right? I'm not the only one seeing that, right? I'm a bit confused because it doesn't really say that. Usually PetiteKnit patterns are quite good at specifying certain key things, and I, as of right now, can't find any information about this. And hopefully I'll have some good news to check in with you. Okay, wish me luck. Just to do a quick update, I am halfway through the raglan yoke increases, and this is how it is looking, all scrunched up and everything. It's about halfway through right now. That's how much yarn I have. It was a bit of a messy ball, so I didn't want to pull from the interior. Also, there's a lot of like impurities in this yarn, like just like yarn that's just not spun well, like just things that have been spun into it that shouldn't maybe be there. You can kind of see there, like this bit here, this bit here. So it's a bit disappointing to have to kind of try and fix these things as I go. And I know that I could just split it. Like, it's frustrating to have to add more ends that I need to weave in than I need to. But I am halfway through the yoke, depending on how I'm feeling. I know there are plans to maybe go out today, but I'm still not very well, so I may just stay in there, meaning that I actually will probably get quite a bit. That'd be really awesome if I can get the yoke done today, but I think that might be pushing it. very chatty.
So just quickly, I am getting pretty good progress on my cardigan. So, hey, that's pretty cool. I've got a lot further on the sleeve than I thought I had. I finished 2 balls for this yarn for the body, and that's kind of how far that got me. I started on the first arm, not even halfway through, so we're making progress. He's getting me. So I just wanted to give a quick little update. Today is the 22nd. I wanted... Oh, hi Lucy. Hey. Meow. I wanted to show what it looks like because it is, in terms of... Hi. In terms of knitting, it's finished. So it just needs to dry and then I will finish off the buttons. No. So yeah, once it's dry I will put the buttons on and then I'll show it, and she will be completely finished, ready for my niece when I go home. Okay, hi. I just wanted to give the final update on this project that I've been working on for my niece. Obviously, I have not been in England over the last month. I actually go home tomorrow, which is always the absolute worst part of all of this. It did mean that I was not there for her birthday, unfortunately. That meant that I will be giving her birthday gifts when I get back. So she'll be getting essentially like an extra little mini birthday, I suppose. It is finished. I am overwhelmingly happy with it. Just as a recap, this is the yarn that I used. This is how much I have left. I just weighed it. I think it said 28 grams, which meant that it took almost 4.5 skeins of this, which I'm actually a little bit surprised about because the yarn that's recommended, although this is I think maybe 25 meters longer than the duo, it's longer, and I'm quite surprised by that. I don't think the different dye lot is noticeable either, like at all. But this is how it looks. This is how she's looking. It's so cute. It's so cute. My goodness. This pattern was really nice, but it is a little bit confusing to start with because of how things are explained. But I think if you follow the pattern literally as it's saying, so specifically read the sentences rather than trying to just read the charts kind of just hold your hand how the pattern works. It's not a full chart, you don't get that. I have seen some comments on Ravelry where you can ask directly for the charts. I don't know if that's still a thing. I think I would have quite liked that. I don't really know why the charts aren't included, honestly. I have other patterns from other people that include all the charts for all the different sizes, and I think that works really nicely because it's literally right there, you know exactly what you're doing. But I have PetiteKnit patterns that do have the charts, but maybe this is just one of her older patterns and she just hasn't included it in. I don't know. Either way, it's fine. Another thing is that I didn't like the sleeves. This is again where I feel like the full charts would have been really helpful because the under the arm part for the sleeve I didn't like at all. I did most of this sleeve and I hated how it looked. The lace just didn't look very nice to me. There was some parts where there's big gaps, and then there was just like even bigger gaps, and it didn't make sense. So I scuffed that a little bit. I think I will add my notes onto Ravelry exactly how I did. I think it's 5 extra lace sections just to make the arm look half decent, or at least intentional, and it required moving the beginning of round, taking it out, knitting 2, or taking it out or moving it back just so the pattern would work. But honestly, I think it looks okay. I think that it looks just fine. The sleeves are so long. It's crazy how long the sleeves are, and I feel like she can roll them up if they bother her. The buttons are really, really cute. When I blocked it, I did pull this down ever so slightly because I felt like maybe it wasn't too short. It was to the amount that it needed to be, but also my niece is just very tall, so I thought the extra length would probably really, really good for her. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. It's the 3 to 4 year size, and my niece has just turned 2, so my thought is that it would be bigger because she is longer and it will last her a bit longer. The yarn itself as well, I didn't actually mention, the Cedar Snuggly is a mix of all different contents, but it's 57% wool, 33% acrylic and 10% cashmere. It does have all of the details that you need somewhere. Yeah, it has the details on the label as to how to wash it, where it says it's machine washable, so I would assume superwash. The yarn itself was really nice. It's really soft. I think that's because of the cashmere, honestly. It's a really lovely colour. Like I said, you can't tell about the different dye lot, which I was really stressing about, honestly, internally, because I really thought that 5th skein I'd picked up like on a different day was the same dye lot. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Now I have a finished cardigan that I get to give to my niece, and I really hope they like it. Well, I really hope they love it and that she likes wearing it, and I doubt she'll have the buttons done up because it's just probably not going to happen, is it? I recommend maybe getting in touch to get the full chart repeat. It's not a beginner, in my opinion, like brand new beginner. I also changed the bind off, so I did Italian bind off on everything. It says to bind off in pattern for the cuffs and the bottom and the button band, but I didn't do that. I prefer to do the proper sewn bind off. I think it looks nicer. It's quite fiddly on the button band and on the bottom, but I do think it's nicer. I also added 2 more rows on every single one apart from the button bands. They are exactly how they should be. I added 1 more half repeat on the sleeves to make them the length they need to be, and I think that's it. I really hope that the footage has been okay. I have been a bit up and down with making sure I remember to film. I love it, and I hope they do too, and hopefully it will fit her okay. What do you think? Do you think it's nice? Have you used this yarn before? I don't know if it's been discontinued. I think some colours have disappeared just without even a sale. I don't know, but it's a really lovely yarn. Bit of a pain to work with in regards to it being a bit not very well spun in some places, but I chopped them out. That left me with lots of ends to weave in. My goodness. But I'm really happy. So that is my Anna's summer cardigan for my niece for her 2nd birthday in the size 3 to 4 years. Done. Thank you so much for watching if you have watched the whole thing so far, and I will see you in the next one, whether it be the monthly roundup of me being here / also April, or it be another project vlog. But if you did enjoy it, please do interact down below. I appreciate you. I really hope they love this. Okay,